For what purpose does the gentleman from Tennessee rise?
Rise to request 5 minutes and take Mr. Schwartz's spot.
Without objection, so ordered. You're recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On Tuesday, this country saw a marvelous event that occurs every 4 years, which is the inauguration of a President of the United States who was elected by the people and who assumes power because of the vote of the people. That's the essence of democracy and what America's foremost at. Not revolutions, not juntas, but elections. The rule of law and not terror or violence. Just as we celebrated that great event with more people than ever here in Washington to witness it, it is important that we reiterate to the American public that we are a nation of laws and not a nation of men. It is for that reason that I joined with the Chairman of the Judiciary Committee, John Conyers, as a co-sponsor of H.R. 104, which seeks to set up an independent commission to investigate the Bush administration policies for having a claim of unreviewable war powers, for actions they took or might have taken that did damage to the United States Constitution and the laws of this nation. No person is above the law. No person should be considered above the law. And a commission of this sort is important to fulfill the duties of the Congress, which is an independent and separate branch of government, and to see if laws were violated. There are many Americans that feel that there was violations of the law by the administration in the process of leading us to the war in Iraq, and information that was given or not given to this Congress. That the Patriot Act and uses of that Patriot Act in investigating Americans and listening to phone conversations or interrupting other messages without securing subpoenas or going through the proper due process also violated the law. In the Judiciary Committee, we looked at several of these violations. We tried to subpoena individuals such as Harriet Miers and Karl Rove, and they rejected compliance with subpoenas. This is another area where we need to go forward, and we need to see that when a Congressional Committee issues subpoenas that they are responded to by the executive and not under some blanket executive power. Harriet Miers, a private citizen, refused to comply. Karl Rove also refused to comply. Torture as used and defined in international law was used by this administration. Attorney General designate Eric Holder stated that waterboarding is torture, and the former Vice President Dick Cheney said that they used waterboarding and seemed somewhat boastful of it. Again, if we use these type of tactics of torture of people detained without due process in particular, but with due process or not, we subject our own soldiers to such treatment. And that's a danger and a violation of the national and international laws that we should not allow. It is important that we look into the activities of the Justice Department that was politicized during the days of Alberto Gonzales and others. Monica Goodling told us in the Judiciary Committee after being a grant of immunity that partisan associations of candidates played a role in the hiring of career officials in justice. And the Justice Department's Office of Inspector General and Office of Professional Responsibility issued a joint report concluding the Bush Department of Justice officials violated departmental rules and federal law in considering political affiliations for the hiring of career attorneys. There are many areas for investigations. I hope that the Congress will pass H.R. 104 and allow us to look into these and guarantee the American public that we are a nation of laws and not a nation of men, and regardless of the position you hold, you're held to standards. Just behind me there is words carved into the desk of the clerks, and they include justice. There's liberty, there's justice, there's tolerance, and other virtues. Justice is the highest. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.